Good number 3120, count the number of special characters. First part. This is an easy question on LeetCode, and it is also the daily problem for today. So before I get started, the question itself states essentially what we are supposed to do, right, is just count, just have like a count, okay, and we have to just see, well, if lowercase a occurs first, right, and then uppercase a comes along, then we can say plus equals 1 to this counter, right? Or the other way around, where uppercase a comes and then a over here comes up, then plus equals 1. We literally have no boundary as to what condition. There is no lowercase followed by uppercase or uppercase followed by lowercase. It's any occurrence. So a, and it also has to be unique. So like the pairing we have, right, a and a, it's supposed to account for only one addition to counter, right? We can't have repeated additions to counter just because of this variable, this pair. So how do we go about this question? First of all, so the hint LeetCode gave is actually really good. They say that the constraints are small. For all 52 characters, check if they're present in Word. So what do they mean by that? We know that there's 26 letters in the alphabet, right? And those are lowercase, right? So if we just made them uppercase, then we can represent them in another 26 slot, right? And what is 26 plus 26? Well, 52, right? So that's pretty much it. So what we're going to do is, you can have them be split up as well, like 0 times 26 for your lower and your upper as another 0 times 26, or you can just have them be in one singular array, right, and have 0 happen 52 times. I've done this approach, by the way. I know it adds a little bit of it does add a little bit of more steps when you are shifting your indexes and such, but I've tried my best to explain it in a very easy way. So I'll just get straight to the coding part, because I have nothing more to explain. So by the way, I'm coding in C, so keep in mind that you can the code itself is not very different to what it would be in Python actually. So I've set up my initial things, right? Like I said, we will have a counter and we will have a storage, right? And I've initialized all 52 to be 0 right now. 1 indicates that it was set, and 0 indicates not set, right? We haven't seen it essentially. 1 means we've seen it. Okay, so what have they given to us? They've given to us a string, right? We'll simply loop through that string. So int I is equals to 0 up until we can keep reading the string, right? Now the first thing I'll do, just for the ease of hand, I'll make a char variable type and call it word I, right, because it is a character string, so that I can just use this everywhere else. And the first thing I'll do, we'll check if it's the uppercase version. Okay, so we'll check, hey, is it uppercase? If it is, then we'll go into the if condition. And now, how do we calculate the index that this would land at, right? Where do we figure that out from? So in Python, that would be the equivalent of using the ORD function. In C, luckily, characters are they're literally integers already, so all we have to do is just calculate it with an offset of a, and it's the same for Python as well. So minus a in this case, because it is the uppercase version, right? So we'll do ch minus a. This gives you like your index, right? So if we were using the L and you were using the U like this, you could just do U for this index and it would work. But since I'm using the the more elaborate version, what I'll do is I'll also add 26 so that it skips over all of the lowercase characters, right? So we'll do plus 26 over there. And now let's calculate its counterpart. So where will the counterpart be in the array itself? Well, we've just done plus 26 to go ahead of the, what do you call it, the lowercase characters. So now all we have to do is just do minus 26 to go back and see what the counterpart would be, right? And let's have our condition now. Since we want it to be unique, right? So if this was set already, then we won't process it. We will go on to the next character. We don't care about it anymore. If it was not set though, and it will come into this condition now, if the counterpart, right, if the lowercase version of it was set off, then we now have a potential pair that we can add, right? So counter plus equals 1, and we will also set the fact that we have seen it and calculated it now so that it doesn't get counted again later. Otherwise, in the case that it didn't, the lowercase wasn't set, we will at least set the uppercase so that if there was the lowercase, then the lowercase would catch it. And that's pretty much it for the uppercase characters. And the lowercase is the exact same, so I'll just copy this actually, the inner part. And all I'll do to this inner part now, right, we'll make another loop. So essentially we'll end it over here with an else and then bring this over here. Okay, so now we're dealing with the lowercase version, so we'll do ch minus a. We don't need the plus 26 because we are already in the lowercase region. Now we want to calculate the uppercase counterpart. So how do we do that? Well, we got 26 indexes above, right? This line stays the same. Now we just check the counterpart. If the counterpart is set, then very good, we have a pair. If not, set it. If not, set it, right? And at the end, just return your counter. Let's do that. Yeah. And that's pretty much it for this question.